So I already went live today, but I'm back because I am starting to see not just like conservatives, the right-wing blogosphere, the echo chamber that they have when they hop on to somebody that they want to bully, especially when they did something wrong. Like, I don't know, have a whole signal thread about bombing a country and they know that they violated the law. So now what they're on is something that Jasmine Crockett said at a human rights campaign dinner. They want to talk about Jasmine and saying that she was making fun of the governor of Texas for being in a wheelchair. No, she wasn't. There's a whole statement out about that on Twitter. I'm going to put up on my page Jasmine's response to what she actually was saying. She's talking about what she calls him Hot Wheels. Let me tell you about all the mini wheels. Governor Abbott utilized his executive authorities in the state of Texas to transport migrants, more than 100,000 migrants, costing taxpayers more than $148 million. That's what she means by Hot Wheels. Planes, trains, automobiles, buses. Okay? So let's be very clear about what this actually is. This is a great way for them to distract y'all from paying attention to the hearings today, paying attention to the D&I director telling you that, oh, this wasn't classified information. We just happened to be talking about bombing a country before it was going down, and that's not classified. Since when, sis? They want to distract you from getting litty with it, Pete Hegseth, being in this chat. Okay? So stay focused on the main thing. Jasmine ain't the boogeyman today. Hillary Clinton's emails ain't the boogeyman today. Y'all gonna have to sit with this signal thread and stop trying to distract from the main thing. Y'all are a corrupt government, and you're not about to corrupt us by lying to our faces.
Angela Rye is becoming more of a headache than ever before as far as her empty rhetoric, her lies, her gaslighting, and she's moved on from gawking Kamala Harris over to now jumping on the latest bandwagon of the latest woman that is black that can be disrespectful and disrespect as many people as she possibly can on her way to try to get some visibility so that she can, continue to push forward with her political career. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of context and then I'm going to tell you why they're lying and why it's so easy for them to manipulate people, because I was in the same boat as a person that used to be a part of the Democratic plantation until eventually I woke up and I realized that, you know what? This is a place and a party that is designed to keep us broke, dusty, and disgusted, and it is the most corrupt party that I've ever seen in my entire life. But let me give you a little bit of some insight. So the real plot that people missed, I believe, was their pushing of an agenda for the alphabet community, and that's the reason why they were at this human rights campaign or dinner, right? They were at this dinner because they were continuing to push an agenda, and Jasmine Crockett is the main speaker. And I didn't even realize until I watched the whole speech that they had a neighborhood over in Dallas, which tends to be very, very liberal, even though the mayor has now switched over to being Republican. And we realized that during that last campaign. But more importantly, the Democrat Party is absolutely in shambles. Their approval ratings is in the toilet. But individually, they have people like Bernie Sanders, AOC, and Jasmine Crockett that continue to gain more popularity because we know, like any other campaign and any other politician, the only thing that they got to do is continue to do a dog and pony show, be ghetto, speak to the people, don't necessarily do anything in their district or in their community that they actually serve, but be popular. And so basically, there are certain Democrats that has now become social media content creators rather than actually be working with the Republican Party and the Democrat Party, working across the aisle to ensure that we execute on the mandate from the majority of American people that voted for Trump and all of these different swing states throughout the United States of America. And so what she was doing was she was pushing this agenda. And before she started to go off script, which was absolutely trash of a speech once she got off script, before she went off script, she called Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, who I believe is the best governor in the United States of America. She called him Governor Hot Wheels, right? And she said that he was a hot ass mess. Now, Everybody knows, myself included, because I joke on him and I say Governor Hot Wheels and that he's Professor X and all of this other stuff. Because anybody can take a joke, but I'm not a politician and I don't have to abide by or answer to any of the American taxpayers because they are not the ones that fund my salary. You know what I'm saying? So she said this during this speech where we should have been focusing on the agenda that it was pushing, but more importantly, she said it and that was a soundbite. So every Republican and every independent and all of these people jumped on it and they said she needs to be canceled, blah, blah, blah. Now we know that cancel culture doesn't even exist anymore, so that's not even a thing. But the problem isn't the fact that she said it, because I don't disagree that you should be able to say whatever it is that you want to say, considering the state of American politics today. Trump regularly jokes on the people that he considers as adversaries, and he has no problem calling them out and making a joke about them and all of that. So for me, personally, that's not the issue. The issue is that she's gaslighting and she's lying about it. And now you have Angela Rye over here, who is Charlemagne's buddy and has got a trash podcast called The Native Land. And she's over here talking about, oh no, she did not lie. She put out an official statement about it. She wasn't teasing him because he was in a wheelchair. She was talking about the fact that he was using trains, planes, and automobiles to send illegal migrants over into these sanctuary cities, who, by the way, the Biden administration actually sued the state of Texas to make sure that they kept the borders open and let them flood into places like Texas, California, and all of these other states that and then that's in addition to the CBP, CHHV, CSHV, something like that, where they was basically letting in Hondurans, Venezuelans, people from Haiti, and I believe Cubans over into the United States of America. And that's how you've seen a lot of people appear up in Springfield. So in addition to the Biden administration not protecting our borders, which was already on the books and the law, because you don't have a country if you don't have a border. And Biden even himself said it during the Obama administration, and Obama actually executed on the same things that Trump is doing. But because we didn't want it to protect our borders and there was an alternative agenda, which him and Kamala Harris failed, and they had to be accountable for it during this last campaign election, that is why he said, okay, well, we're going to have to share in the pain, and the people that continue to vote against it and support and think that their cities are still going to prosper since they consider themselves sanctuary cities, then they can be the ones that take care of these illegal migrants that's coming into the country, considering that us as Texans did not vote for this. We don't want it, and we think that our border should be enforced, including all of the drugs and stuff that was coming over inside of the United States of America. So, long story short, what I'm saying is she's disingenuous, she's a liar, and I don't have a problem with her saying it, but I have a problem with her not standing on it. If you're going to say it, at least stand on it. At least be the tough girl or the tough guy that y'all think that y'all are. And they want to try to gaslight you and act like it's not a thing. And it's because, again, Democrats as a whole, their popularity is in the tank, which is one of the reasons why they don't control any of the three branches of government, which is one of the reasons why they're so mad at Chuck Schumer, because he's actually working in concerted effort with the Trump administration, even though he's going to publicly say, oh, no, I just didn't want to shut down the federal government. They are so far to the left, and the only thing that they have to stand on is to say what they don't like about Trump. And when we talk about corruption, why are they against us auditing the federal government? Even Bernie Sanders admitted that Elon Musk's Doge should be auditing the federal government to find a waste and abuse and make sure that we account for all of these taxpayer dollars, while people like Angela Rye continue to be a part of the sister code and support Jasmine Crockett regardless, even though they know it's not going to be conducive for the party. So what you see her doing, a person like Angela Rye, is being a part of the most toxic part of the culture, the sister code, and supporting her sister and lying and acting like it's not something that she really meant and what she merely meant to say, when in reality we know exactly what it was. It's one thing to say something and stand on it and actually be right or wrong, but it's another thing to gaslight and act like that's not what you meant. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.